Welcome to the Drain My Lawn channel, where our work reflects the God we serve. If you'd like to see your project on our channel, go ahead and check us out on drainmylawn.com and we'll see how we can help you. We'll get to this project. We are here on a project where we are remediating some water that likes to come up next to the structure. So the water kind of sheets this direction, comes down from the yard and just comes up towards the house right here. And this is a low point. We're going to install a small burrito wrap French drain system right here to capture subsurface water and surface water right underneath the pine needles. And we're going to exit it with solid line and tap this, bring this downspout into it, into the exit line, and run it out with a pop-up that side of the septic system, so we can avoid our cable and any of the power lines and lines running from the house to the septic system here. So we're going to terminate it out in that direction. And water likes to accumulate in this direction, or in this area, and sit right next to the house. We are going to install a small burrito wrap French drain system right here, and then terminate that exit line with the same trench to the downspouts here. I'm gonna take this downspout, run it out. You see our trenches being dug right here. This is going to be where we're going to exit it out. Here's an example of how really bad drainage work can actually make problems worse. So right here we have this downspout that comes in, and we have these little, I guess the previous owner of this home thought that they were doing a French drain. These are just perforated pipes in the ground. That is actually the lowest point right there, and then it gradually comes uphill. This is tied in to where the end of the French drain is. That downspout comes in, it's going uphill a little bit. Check this out. Here's the exit line. That is completely going uphill. So this is the highest point. The exit point is the highest point, means water is not exiting here unless it's like some crazy amount. All the water that's going from this downspout and all this is just settling right here. So this is actually feeding to this section. This is exactly the point where they were trying to drain water from. It's being fed water because this system's done poorly. So we're going to fix this whole thing, and we're going to get all this water out of here. So we hit the water line. We thought there was a root, and we were digging our French drain, and then all of a sudden there was a big geyser of water. We got the water turned off. We're gonna try to excavate this and get this water flowing out of here, and then see what we need to do to fix the water line. We would have loved to show you an action picture, but it was a dire situation. So anyways, water line is patched, it's repaired. We actually had a plumber make a fitting for us and explain to us the process, so this is greatly appreciated. This water line here is actually only just maybe 4 inches underneath the soil surface, which is a problem, but it is what it is, and we're working around it. So the water is working. We got it working last night, and we're going to continue our trench and get our French drain installed here. We're good to go from there. We are installing our French drain here. I'm going to create a low point here. This area actually looks like it's sloping this way, but it's level. You can see we have a level right here. And so we're going to create our low point with the French drain, burrito wrap French drain right over there. It's going to capture all the water, and we have some perforated pipe that's in the ground that will offer some help a little bit, just running into our French drain. So we'll let that stay there, and we'll install our proper French drain here. Just want to give you some reference for how shallow this is. This is about 5 inches down. This is the main water line, we hit it with the excavator. We would have hit it probably no matter what, because we didn't realize it came especially this shallow. But anyways, look out for shallow water lines. We have our stone washed and ready to fill up our French drain. This is a tough little transition here. This is the toughest spot because the ground actually gets higher through here, and this is the situation where you have a lazy contractor will just cut corners and just bury pipe, and actually what we found before. But just want to show you, this is actually going downhill ever so slightly because we have to be careful to get our slope. But there's our bubble. It's this is our flattest area right through here, and then it just goes all downhill. So we'll have a lot of speed. This area goes downhill very slowly, but there's no seam, so we'll be good to go. We are ready to bury this pipe, and so I'm going to show you here. This is where we're going to have a pop-up, but the customer wanted to eventually run his own run that downspout down this direction. So instead of a pop-up, we put a Y, and we zip-tied filter fabric, the same stuff we use in the French drain, over it, so when he's ready he can do that. We're going to leave this open, right? We're going to bring we're going to bury it right to here, and then we use some old pipe that he had just to run it down into a ravine. We'll situate that a little better. It's not good pipe, but it's going to basically be an exit to run it that way until he gets some new pipe to put in there. And so this is our pipe, our exit line. Point of reference here. This is the fence line. We're a little off the fence line. Came out to the outside of the septic tank here. Have our clean out coupler there, and our burrito wrap French drain that's draining into this pipe. This customer had some pretty bad erosion right here at the end of the driveway. As you can see, like the previous homeowner had just put a bunch of stuff in there. So we're going to take the extra. This is the dirt from the French drain. This is the hallmark of a proper French drain, is that you have extra dirt. So we've taken this extra dirt, we're going to pack it in as best we can, just use it here, and that way we give this homeowner a head start with controlling erosion. That's the burrito wrap French drain right there, and going to solid pipe, and then it terminates into our exit line. So you see here, that is not, we ran this separate because we don't run the downspouts through a French drain so it doesn't get clogged. And we're getting ready to cover this up. We're going to leave this top open and covered with pine needles so top surface water goes into it. Got another downspout here, it's hard to see, and we're going to take that out. We have our pipe in the ground connected. There's our clean out connector over there. Solid pipe goes all the way down through here right next to the sidewalk. See, we get pretty deep over here. Trench is probably somewhere in the ballpark, about 1.5 feet right there, maybe 16 inches. We're going to connect it and pop it up next to the driveway. We're running our water test right now. Just letting it sit on the ground. Here we go. Look at that. Pretty clean water. That's just running right through our French drain. All right, now this is a clean out coupler. What it is a Y that we connect to the downspout, and this has a little grate so that way the customer can clean this out if it ever gets clogged up really easily. And so this goes down, we've connected to an elbow 90 degree, and we take it out. We put this little grate down in there so stuff doesn't get in, and they can easily take it out. All right, we are all finished here. Seeded and strawed this area. It's gonna be the winter, it's gonna make it long for germination, so it's gonna be that way for a little bit. Pine needles.